Welcome to the deep dive. So, have you ever felt it? Like right around early August, this almost electric surge of clarity, maybe courage.
Yeah, like the universe suddenly turns up the volume.
Exactly. If that sounds familiar, you've probably tapped into what's known as the Lion's Gate portal energy.
It's a big one on the spiritual calendar, right?
hmm
Peaks every year, August 8th. We hear it all the time from listeners. Ideas just click, instincts get super sharp.
There's this palpable sense of possibility, almost like it's demanding you do something.
Hmm.
So today, our mission is to, well, dig a bit deeper than the usual promises. We've got a stack of sources here, astronomical data, some really fascinating numerology, ancient myths.
And we're aiming to pull it all together. The sources kind of talk about this triple shot espresso for the soul.
I like that. And that synthesis is really the key, isn't it? It's not just one thing happening.
Exactly. It's this rare fusion hitting all at once. You got the specific dance between Earth, our sun, and Sirius.
Right.
Then there's the sheer vibrational punch of the date, 88.
Double eight.
And on top of that, the sun's blazing away in Leo season, adding that fiery sovereign energy.
Okay, but let's tackle the big question. I know listeners think this, especially those who follow these cycles. Okay, another portal. Doesn't every full moon or eclipse promise some kind of awakening?
That's a fair point. A really necessary one, actually.
Yeah.
What our sources suggest makes the Lion's Gate different is the concentration. It's the convergence of these specific measurable things. The astronomy with Sirius, the sacred geometry of 88, and the zodiac punch of Leo, all focusing into this tight window.
So it's not just one spotlight, it's like three huge lasers hitting the same spot on August 8th.
Precisely. That's a great way to put it.
And our promise here is to give you a map, something practical. We want to take this, high concept cosmic theory.
And make it something you can actually use.
Right. If you can write a grocery list, seriously, you've got the skills to work with this energy. Let's start with the foundations, the cosmic architecture.
Okay, so the basic definition, looking across the sources, is that the Lion's Gate is this known cosmic alignment. Different ancient cultures saw it as a sort of temporary corridor.
A corridor.
Yeah, an energetic one. A period where the frequency is dramatically heightened and it sparks, well, accelerated growth.
And it's tied to a real astronomical event, right? The heliacal rising of Sirius. What's that exactly?
It is. So the gateway itself is energetic, but its opening is flagged by this astronomical event,
Huh?
the heliacal rising of Sirius.
Okay.
That's just the moment when Sirius, which is the brightest star we see at night,
Brighter than any planet.
way brighter.
Right.
After weeks hidden by the sun's glare, it makes its first visible appearance just before dawn. That happens late July.
Ah, so the rising kicks things off, but the peak is later.
Exactly. The rising signals the opening of this energetic pathway, which then builds and culminates around August 8th.
So what makes August 8th the peak? What's the mechanism?
Well, it's about orbital mechanics. By August 8th, Earth's position means we form this incredibly straight line Earth, the Sun, which is in Leo then, and Sirius way out in Canis Major.
A straight line energetically.
That's how the sources frame it. They suggest this alignment causes their energy fields, electromagnetic, subtle energy, call it what you will, to overlap intensely, creates this high-pressure directional flow, the cosmic corridor.
Which brings us straight to Sirius. It gets called the spiritual sun all the time in these texts. Why such reverence?
It's deep-rooted. Go back to the ancient Egyptian astronomer priest.
Yeah.
They tracked Sirius meticulously, the Sothic cycle.
Samautit, the goddess.
That's her. Her heliacal rising wasn't just pretty, it reliably happened just days before the Nile flooded, the life-giving flood.
So it was survival, predictable agriculture, governance. Their whole calendar was based on it.
365-day calendar, yes.
Yeah.
It literally underpinned their civilization. Seeing Sirius rise meant renewal was coming, physically and spiritually.
So the material the flood renewing the land mirrored this idea of spiritual rebirth. Direct link.
Exactly. And metaphysically, the idea is that Sirius is constantly pouring this incredibly high-frequency light or vibration towards our sun.
And the sun isn't just getting hit by it.
No, it acts like a giant prism, or maybe an amplifier. It takes that super high Sirian frequency, modulates it, integrates it, and relays it down to Earth.
What kind of light are we talking about?
People who describe clairvoyant experiences often say it's not like normal sunlight. It's intense, diamond white, sometimes with flashes of like opalescent blues or electric colors.
Wow. There's an analogy in the sources comparing the sun and Sirius to conscious thought and intuition.
Yeah, that's a powerful one. The sun is our everyday conscious mind, illuminating the objective world. But Sirius is like that deep gut-level knowing beneath the surface noise.
So during the alignment, that intuitive wisdom might just pop through, become as clear as daylight.
That's the idea, unmasked by our usual doubts.
But this clarity bumps up against the skeptic's question, right? The big one. How can a star 8.6 light years away possibly influence us down here?
The elephant in the room, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crucial, because if you think standard physics, signal strength drops off massively with distance. Sirius's gravitational pull on us is negligible compared to, say, Jupiter.
So how do the sources explain it? It can't be gravity.
They consistently shift away from gravity and towards frequency, coherence, maybe even non-local influence. Think about the Wi-Fi analogy again.
Okay.
But maybe it's less about raw signal strength and more about coherence. Imagine the cosmos, like a perfectly tuned instrument. When Earth, Sun, and Sirius hit this specific geometric
To
configuration,
resonate together.
they achieve coherence in a specific vibrational field. Some of the more technical texts call it a torsion field or subtle energy field. It's about the pattern aligning, not the brute force.
Like tuning forks vibrating together across a room. Frequency, not force.
Exactly. And we know celestial events affect Earth. Solar flares mess with our geomagnetic field, right? They impact the Schumann resonance.
Which affects our moods, sleep, creativity. We see that data.
Right. So the Lion's Gate, while subtler, is thought to operate along similar lines. Some researchers, especially in biophotonics, suggest our own cells have tiny antennae that can register these subtle field shifts.
Influencing mood, thoughts, cognition at a really fine level. So our biology is tuned in.
And Earth itself isn't passive either. It's a receiver and an amplifier. This high-frequency stuff doesn't just wash over us.
You mean Earth's magnetic field, ley lines, that sort of thing.
Exactly. The magnetic field, the crystalline grid structure, think power spots like Giza, Stonehenge, Sedona. These are seen as nodes in this planetary grid.
And during the alignment, these spots get supercharged.
They hum with extra voltage, basically, like tuning an instrument way up. The idea is this Sirian stream carries light codes, packets of high-frequency information.
Information, like data.
More like pre-verbal intuitive knowledge, meant to accelerate evolution, maybe even activate dormant DNA sequences. That's the mechanism behind that feeling of the upgrade people report.
Okay, that sets a pretty grand stage. Let's bring in the second power source. The number 8. The numerology of 88. This is where it gets really interesting symbolically.
It really does. The number 8 itself, just the shape, it's perpetual motion. Turn it on its side and you get the limbus gate.
The infinity symbol.
Right. It represents that seamless flow, giving and receiving, cause and effect, looping forever. Balance.
So what does 8 govern in practical terms, numerologically speaking?
It's about structure, manifestation, leadership, or some call executive authority. But crucially, it's about karmic balance, too. Action and consequence linked.
And abundance.
Yes, but it reframes abundance. It's not just piling up stuff. It's about sufficiency aligned with purpose. Like a river flowing, you need to manage the flow, ensure what goes out allows for what comes in. Stewardship.
And doubling it on the date, 88, that's like a master key.
It compounds the energy dramatically. The sources say manifestation works on fast forward then. Your intentions have extra juice.
Which means you need to be careful what you're thinking.
Absolutely. Intentionality is paramount. A stray fear can pop into reality almost as fast as a focused desire. Clarity is crucial. Some even link 88 to master numbers like 11 or 22, emphasizing building new structures.
It's wild how many cultures picked up on 8. China, obviously, with Bay sounding like fall for wealth. The Beijing Olympics timing.
Down to the second, 8.8.08 p.m. on 8/8/08. That's deliberate.
And Egypt again. Not just Sirius.
Right. Their creation myth involves the Ogdode, 8 primordial gods, 4 pairs, representing the elements before creation really kicked off with Ra. So 8 is right there at the cusp of potential.
The building blocks.
Exactly. And think music and octave. 8 notes. You get the same note, but at a higher frequency. The 88 portal is like that for life. Same themes, maybe, but tackled at a higher vibration. Exponential growth potential.
Hitting the note an octave higher. I like that. Okay, third ingredient. Leo season. The sun is in its home sign.
This is the solar sovereignty piece. The portal hits smack in the middle of Leo season, July 22nd to August 22nd. So the sun's energy, confidence, creativity, leadership, expression is already amplified.
The sun rules our core identity, right? The ego.
Yes. So Sun in Leo really spotlights the self. It pushes that question. Who are you really when you stand in your own power? No apologies. It demands authenticity.
And Leo's element is fire. Perfect fuel for that Syrian light we talked about.
Perfect alchemical fuel. Fire transforms. Think alchemy calcination, burning away the dross to get to the pure essence, the gold.
So Leo's solar rays are meant to burn off self-doubt, limiting beliefs.
Exactly. Incinerate them. The core themes getting amplified are courage acting from the heart, passion, the deep yes, and just radical authenticity dropping the masks.
And the physical link, Leo rules the heart.
The anatomical heart, yes. And the heart chakra, usually seen as green, is said to flush gold during this time, dissolving old fears held in the chest.
But there's a shadow side to all this big solar energy, isn't there?
Oh, definitely. We have to look at that. Myth-directed, it becomes arrogance, maybe needing constant applause, that hollow king or hollow queen vibe.
Proving instead of sharing.
Right. But the portal's heat is actually designed to help transmute that, to turn that raw ego drive into grounded self-respect, using the confidence to build, not just posture.
Okay, let's zoom in on the lion archetype itself. Shows up everywhere.
It's a universal symbol, isn't it? Solar power, courage, protection. Even in cultures with no actual lions, it's like it's wired into us.
Like those Assyrian Lamassu, the winged lion things guarding the temples.
Exactly, those massive threshold guardians. Human head, lion body. They symbolize facing your own power, your own fear. The lion's stare before you can enter a new, more sacred space. You have to pass the test.
But it's not just about raw power. There's the tarot strength card, usually number 8.
Yes. The woman gently opening the lion's jaws, not fighting it, but integrating it.
Partnership, not annihilation.
Beautifully put. It's about guiding your primal vitality, your fear, with wisdom, not crushing it.
People report seeing lions in meditation during this time.
Often, yes. A luminous lion, maybe made of starlight, at the gateway. Meeting that lion within is really about meeting your own unshakable, authentic self, face to face.
Okay, we've got the big picture. Now let's get super practical. The pinpoint moment, 8:08 a.m. UTC on 88. Why that specific minute?
It's what some call triple resonance. You've got the 8 in the hour, the 8 in the minute on the 8th day.
888.
Right. Think physics.
Yeah.
Constructive interference. When waves of the same frequency meet in phase, they amplify each other massively.
Creating a stable, high-intensity field, a standing wave of abundance.
Like the term used, yeah. It momentarily anchors that high-frequency light really strongly onto the planet.
And there's an astronomical reason for that timing, too, not just numerology.
There is, according to some more technical sources. At 8:08 a.m. UTC, Earth's rotation puts most of the planet in a position where that direct Sun-Sirius beam travels through our ionosphere at an angle that minimizes distortion.
Less static on the cosmic radio.
Pretty much. Clearest reception for that incoming signal.
And psychologically, focusing on a specific time like that is powerful anyway, the fresh start effect.
Totally. Our brains love thresholds. The whole 8.08 on 88 thing primes your brain, releases dopamine anticipation. It signals, pay attention, something potent is happening now with you, anchors it in your subconscious.
Which underlines that it's more about presence than getting the ritual perfect. You don't need the fanciest setup.
Exactly. Sincerity is the key conductor. You could be running late, totally frazzled, but if you consciously stop and focus your intention right at 8.08,
that heartfelt presence cuts through.
It overrides the minor stuff. The energy responds to the soul's intent, not a rigid checklist. So let's talk about preparing the space for that intent, preparing the ground.
Right, you wouldn't plant precious seeds in unprepared soil. Where do we start?
Physical clutter, first off. One source brilliantly called clutter-delayed decisions. Every pile represents stagnant energy.
Ouch.
A great place to start is cleaning your main entrance, the doorway, the hall. It's like the house's throat chakra, controlling what energy comes in, goes out. Clearing those little delayed decisions frees up mental bandwidth instantly.
Okay, physical space cleared. Then energetic hygiene, clearing the air.
Yeah, because space remembers. Old arguments, anxiety, illness, they leave a residue. So you smoke sage, cedar, Palo Santo, whatever resonates or sound.
Like chimes, or just clapping.
Chimes, tincture bells, even focused clapping can break up stagnant energy. You want the room to vibrate high, matching the energy you're inviting in, not dampening it.
And then the absolute core of it, crafting the intention, needs to be specific, present tense.
And emotionally resonant. Go beyond just, I want X. Aim for a trinity. Combine your heart's desire, your mind's clear narrative, and your soul's deeper purpose.
Can you give an example? Like not just, I want a promotion.
Right. Better. I intend to step into a leadership role where my unique creativity boosts team morale, sparks positive change, and significantly grows ethical profits. See? Personal gain, service, higher principle, all woven together. That really resonates with the 88 vibe.
Okay, intention crafted. Now for the actual activation rituals, crystal gritting sounds powerful.
It's a great way to anchor the energy physically. Use stones linked to the themes, citrine for abundance, tiger's eye for that Leo courage, maybe amethyst for Syrian intuition.
And arrange them how?
In the shape of the lemniscate, that sideways figure 8. Then place your written intention right at the center, the crossover point. The geometry itself helps draw that infinite potential into your specific goal.
And fire feels essential for the Lion's Gate, right? The sacred fire ritual.
Absolutely mirrors the sun's power. Use candles, gold for abundance and authority, orange for creativity and passion. As it burns, focus on the flame. Visualize your intention traveling up the wick, releasing its energetic blueprint. Fire is ultimate release.
Then, capturing the insights. All those downloads people talk about. Journaling is key.
Crucial. It translates those intuitive flashes before they just evaporate. Structure helps. Try 3 pillars. State your intention. Then inquiry, ask yourself tough questions like, what old story am I still buying into?
Oof. Okay.
And then integration, rewrite that old story into a new power statement, a new truth. And for deeper work, try the 2-pen technique.
How does that work?
1 pen color for your conscious mind's questions, another color for your higher self's spontaneous answers. Helps bypass the inner critic.
Okay, intention launched, rituals done. Now what? How does the universe talk back? Synchronicity and signs?
Exactly. Meaningful coincidence, as Jung called it. It's the universe basically nodding, saying, yep, heard you, on the right track. And during the Lion's Gate, this gets amplified.
Why amplified?
Because the energy tide's running so high and fast, the gap between thought and external reflection narrows. The veil thins, becomes more resonant.
Yeah.
Echoes come back quicker, clearer.
And often in patterns, right? Like seeing the number 8 everywhere.
Yeah. Classic confirmation. 8, 88, 80, 88 on license plates, receipts, clocks. It's like a little wink. Keep going. Alignment in progress.
You mentioned Grace, the accountant.
Yeah, great example from the sources. Set a bold intention on 88 about receiving her true worth. 2 weeks later, unexpected tax refund plus some old prize money, totaling exactly $8,888.
Whoa, precise.
The universe used the portal's own language. Can't ignore that.
And animal messengers. Nature joining in.
Definitely. Nature becomes like a living oracle. We heard about someone intending to find courage to leave a soul-crushing job.
Yeah.
Next morning commute, bam, sees this huge white lion statue near her office she'd never noticed before. Crystal clear message. Gateway open. Step through.
Okay, but it's not always smooth sailing. What about when things get tough? Resistance, obstacles?
Super important point. People often mistake resistance for failure. It's not. Whether it's self-doubt, sudden exhaustion, or external chaos, plumbing explodes, arguments flare up.
It feels like you're being blocked.
Right. But think of it as feedback. It's the sound of your expansion hitting the edges of your old reality. It shows you exactly where you still need to adjust or strengthen your resolve.
And the inner saboteur gets loud then. That part of us that likes the status quo.
It screams. Its job is to protect the known. And often, external obstacles are just mirrors for our own lingering subconscious doubts. The universe testing. Are you really sure you want this change?
So the challenges are actually part of the process, the alchemy of challenge.
You're the furnace. They temper your intention, force you to build the skills you need for the new reality. Like the person who had conflict with their mother after setting boundary intentions.
They had to learn the boundary skills right then.
Exactly. The obstacle was the training ground for the healthier relationships they desired.
What about the physical side? Brain fog, exhaustion, weirdly vivid dreams?
That's the call to rest. Don't push through it. Those are classic integration symptoms. Your whole system, physical, energetic, is processing a massive upgrade.
Like installing new software.
Perfect analogy. You need downtime for the system to reboot and integrate the changes. Rest isn't slacking off. It's essential for the manifestation to fully land.
Okay, so we rest, we integrate, then how do we keep the momentum going? Turn the vision into reality.
Go from poetic insight to pragmatic action. That vision of speaking to crowds. A concrete step. Deliver a 20-minute talk at the local library by December. Make it real, measurable.
Micro shifts, tiny steps.
The universe loves movement. Doesn't have to be huge leaps. Drafting an outline, making one phone call, researching one thing online, that builds momentum.
Like Sophia, the nurse turned storyteller.
Yeah, she didn't quit nursing overnight. She saw the vision, then researched and applied for a hospital grant for therapeutic storytelling. Practical steps.
Or Nadia, the software engineer who saw ethics in binary code.
And then she spearheaded an actual ethics review board at her company.
Nice.
The inner vision directly catalyzed concrete external change.
So finally, how do we sustain this? Keep the vibe high long after August 8th?
Consistency. Anchor the frequency with daily micro habits. Breathwork like simple 4-7-8 breathing. Conscious nutrition grounding foods. Guarding your sleep fiercely.
It's not a one-off event.
No, it's about evolving your practices. Honoring the spiral, you'll revisit these themes, but hopefully each time from a higher octave like we talked about.
Wow. Okay, so summing up this deep dive, the Lion's Gate is this powerful convergence, isn't it? Astronomy, numerology, myth, all turbocharging manifestation.
But the real key, the absolute bottom line, is integration. Using practical tools, the journaling, the focused intent, the rest, to anchor that high-frequency energy into your actual day-to-day life and actions.
In realizing the portal wasn't just the destination, sustaining the vibe isn't about waiting for next August 8th.
It's about activating the truth that's always there. The sources are clear. You are the portal, always.
Which leads us to that final thought for you, the listener, to take away.
If that feeling back in August, that surge of courage, that clarity, if that felt utterly real, what boundary, what decision, what quiet intention still sitting in your journal are you now fully equipped to bring into the world?
Knowing that cosmic wind is still truly at your back, go claim it.
To get more details about manifesting with the Lion's Gate portal 8th August, Cosmic Alignment for Personal Transformation, click the below link to get the book. Subscribe us to get more content like this.